What's good, fam? My favorite gender neutral way to adjust the crowd, and today I'm gonna help new college grads dominate their personal finances and life. I'm Sean, a data scientist who's passionate about all things investing, personal finance, and lifestyle, and be sure to watch to the very end of this video for my number one and most crucial tip I have for you. You may have just graduated a year ago, or soon to graduate, and you're realizing how much shit you need to figure out. Transitioning into adult life poses many challenges, but it's also a very exciting time. Maybe you're moving to a new city, are eager to start a new job, and I bet you're excited in making that bread. You know, that sourdough bread. I graduated university 2 years ago and made my fair share of mistakes, so you don't have to. Tip number 10, use every advantage that you can. Everyone is at a different starting point coming out of college. Some graduate debt-free, many graduate with student loans. Some grads are working near their parents' house, and some grads are working across the coast in a new city. If you're willing, take advantage of your unique opportunities. Some examples include staying on your family plan for your phone plan to reduce your costs of your phone bill. Another is to stay on your parents' healthcare insurance until you're age 26, and potentially even returning home to your parents' house to save money for a year or two. It's become much more common for recent college grads to return home. In fact, approximately half of graduates return home to save money, but also because of the whole student loan debt crisis. But be careful, which leads to tip number 9, avoid lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is the phenomenon where if your salary increases, your spending increases with that as well. Alright, it's not a phenomenon, it's just the normal thing. Moving back home will save you a lot of money, and with the new income coming in, you probably feel on top of the world, or at least the richest you've ever been in your entire life. But keep in mind, you're living at home to save money and pay down debt, and the whole living situation is rendered financially useless if you spend all that money on expensive cars, luxurious vacations, endless drinks at the bar. You get the idea. Now, I'm all for living in the present, but you need to realistically be conscious of your spending and determine if it's worth it. For me, I lived at home with my parents for the first year after college. I bought an old but reliable car and limited my impulse buying as much as I could. By saving money through those efforts, I was able to guiltlessly spend on the things I care about, like travel, my camera equipment, and computer. Just be conscious of your spending and don't fall into a spending trap. Tip number 8, get a credit card but use it like a debit card. Getting a credit card is one of the best and easiest ways to start building credit. Your credit score is almost like your lifeline. Companies and other people use it to determine how responsible you are with money. The longer you have your credit card open and paying it off every single month will result in a higher credit score. However, the trap that a lot of people fall when having credit cards is they're basically loaning money to themselves. They're swiping their credit card and purchasing things that they don't actually have the money for. This is why it's super important to only use that credit card like a debit card and buy things that you already can purchase for in cash. Make sure you have enough money in your bank account before you swipe your credit card, and be sure to pay it off in full every single month. Tip number 7 is to figure out your student loan payment plan. You should be making the minimum payments in all of your debt, and if you want to tackle it even further, I would actually tackle the credit card debt before the student loan debt. This is because the credit card interest rates are way higher than student loans. I believe it's important to know exactly how you plan on tackling the debt and your debt payoff date. If you don't know exactly when you will be debt-free from student loans or credit card debt, then it's very easy to feel trapped and feel like you're never going to be debt-free. So knowing your exact debt payment plan and your debt-free date is huge, and it's a goal you could be working towards. Tip number 6 is to build an emergency fund. Personal finance professionals always harp on this tip, and I could not emphasize it anymore. But I'll try. Build up to $1,000, then $2,000, and eventually build up to 3 months worth of living expenses. It's important to have an emergency fund because shit happens and life takes a detour. For me, having an emergency fund was huge when I had my ACL and meniscus injury. The surgery, doctor visits, and physical therapy costed me thousands of dollars out of pocket, even with health insurance. For you, it might not be a medical issue. It could be that your car needs a new repair, or you could lose your job. Having an emergency fund of 3 months allows you to handle those unexpected occurrences and gives you ample time to regroup. Keep your emergency fund in a high yield savings account so it isn't eaten away by inflation. Tip 5. Have 1 to 2 months of living expenses in a checking account. Having at least 1 month's worth of living expenses allows you to set up automatic payments. Typically every month you pay rent, utilities, your phone bill, your credit cards, etc. So having 1+ months worth of living expenses in your checking account is vital so you can set up automatic payments and not be charged with an overdraft fee, a fee that banks charge you if you try to take out more money than you have in your bank account. Lots of what I call old school banks have very poor benefits. The bank that I use for my checking account is Charles Schwab, and I could not recommend it more. Charles Schwab has unlimited ATM reimbursements, which has been huge for when I travel internationally and have to pull cash from ATMs because I don't get charged that ATM fee. Tip number 4, contribute enough of your money to get the max employer match for your employer-sponsored tax advantage account. There are several tax advantage accounts you could be offered: a 401k if you're corporate, 403b if you're a teacher, nonprofit, or in healthcare, and a TSP or a thrift savings plan if you are a government worker. And if you're outside the US, hi, love having you watching my videos. Hopefully your country has a similar tax advantage account for you. But essentially, if you put in a percentage of your income, your employer will match that percentage. If your employer has a 5% match for your salary, then if you put in 5%, your employer also puts in 5%, and in total, you're putting 10% into your tax advantage account. This is a guaranteed way in doubling your money. Take advantage of it. On a similar note, you should contribute to a Roth IRA or an individual retirement account. Unlike a 401k where you contribute pre-tax money into it, you contribute after-tax dollars into a Roth IRA. Basically, what this means is that you might get a direct deposit from your employer into a bank account, and then you can contribute money from that bank account into a Roth IRA of your choosing. The really cool thing about a Roth IRA is that in the future, when you are retiring, you will be able to pull all of your contributions and all of your gains tax-free. If you contribute $6,000 every single year, your contributions plus your growth because you've invested wisely will result in a huge lump sum of money where you can pull out all of it tax-free. Another reason why Roth IRA is so powerful is because it allows you to take out your contributions at any time, no penalty. That means if you contribute $6,000 into a Roth IRA and eventually that $6,000 invested properly grows into $10,000, you're still able to take out those $6,000 you contributed free and clear. I think it's powerful to have 2 different retirement accounts, one where you contribute pre-tax money, the other where you contribute post-tax money, because you are diversifying when you are being taxed. We don't really know what the future holds and how much tax will increase or decrease, but we are taking advantage of both retirement accounts. Tip number 2 is to educate yourself about personal finance. I am so happy to have you here on this channel and watching this video and really taking an initiative on your personal finances. There are tons of topics you could dive into, such as how to save more money, the best and most efficient way of tackling debt, and how to make more money through investing in other passive income means. I myself plan on talking a lot more about investing in personal finance, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to know when new content is dropped. My number 1 most important tip for you is to shift your mindset about money. Money, sex, politics, and religion are some of the most taboo topics to talk about, and arguably, money is the most taboo topic of them all. I highly encourage you to start conversations about money with your friends and family. Get their perspective, learn from them, and teach others about money as well. You don't have to reveal all of your financial statements, but being open to the conversation about money might result in you learning something new that could revolutionize your entire financial life. Bop the like button because it really helps support me in this channel. Congratulations on graduating, and I wish you the best of luck in this new chapter of your life. Peace.